Welcome to another episode of Wisdom High Podcast. Today I have a special guest, Andy Lorraine. Before we move on to other topics, can you kind of introduce yourself to the audience because I'll try and act like I don't know you because if you take away that people want to hear about be in Chago.
Yeah.
So can you kind of introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay. Hi guys. This is your girl, Lauren Unfiltered, your trans princess for the babies. Yeah, man. There's nothing much about me. I'm just this one South African young transgender woman. I can't do any guys. It's just
Just being yourself, I
just
couldn't
me,
say, basically.
Yeah.
So, Andy, can you kind of tell us about your upbringing? About and stuff. Okay, cool. That's a general question in interviews, but now I would like to know about okay, Andy, how was it growing up in the Eastern Cape? Because we're both in the Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
You're from East London, is it?
Yeah, and
umtata. Oh,
but I
both
grew up
sides.
mostly umtata.
Yeah. So let's start umtata because umtata unjahani with some people as both is why you transgender and stuff. How was it growing up in umtata? Where did you discover this kind of a person? I like these sort of things. So how was it for you growing up basically in umtata?
Yeah, guys, so I did grow up in Tata in most of my lifetime. I only went to East London in my college era, basically.
Yeah. Oh, moving from college to also got based in Tata to East London. Also a t-shirt.
Yeah.
One big dog some Tata basically.
Yeah, basically no some Tata is cool.
Yeah.
So I'm a village girl, guys. I have to be honest, and Ndakulela is Lalin. If you know the place called Kungcingane, then you definitely know Bazilali is in. So I'm a village girl. Hey, part of my life is a village girl. Then when I was 12 years old, I moved from living with my father in the villages to living with my mother. Slovo. Slovo is kind of a township. Very
hectic,
guys.
So
I'm sorry.
Wow, feelings are.
No, guys, right? I'm just there because my mother chose that place, but I would never go there. Unfortunately, as Kisi, guys. There are better places in Mtata.
Yeah, we'll talk about this away now because Mtata, cool and lose the connection with Mtata. Okay, I'm not supposed to be here because I was always laughing wondering, as you were saying.
So I attended my primary in Embu Park Primary School. From 2009 up until 17. Then I went to the most horrible high school in Tata, Holy Cross High School. Blues.
It's horrible.
Yes, it's very horrible, especially if you're one person who's within the LGBTQIA plus community. I feel like that is a very, 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 very bad place for umntwana onjalo to just go in school because abakala shuba practice the rights zakho as
within the students or teacher or stuff. Okay, bomba abantu abaphezulu now they don't bakubona bakujonga enye indlela
the reception within peers zami ngela xesha was not bad, but I'm not saying it was good either, but it was definitely not bad. At least the peers get to understand you because and you talk about, they give you the chance for you to explain yourself. Unlike the elderly conservative generation Epeta Esaskolo, I went through a lot at Holy Cross High School. Oh, and by the way, Ndafunda from 2018 to 2022. I matriculated in 2022.
Holy Cross.
Yeah. It's really sad in Ilele because there's a lot of us. There are a lot of trans girls who went to a Holy Cross. There are a lot of gay people who went to a Holy Cross who are still crying about the same things that I'm crying about, that I'm talking to you about today, because that school is it's a Christian school. So definitely la mindset abantu abanayo phaya na kwesaskolo is la mentality other Christians would have, that people within the community of the LGBTQI plus community are possessed with demons. You need prayers, you need deliverance. So that was what was going on. And again, I was one very vocal person. I still am very vocal to this
Yeah, and
day.
then more like you are not like say sit back and allow people to walk over you and all that stuff.
I can't, unfortunately, guys. Askisi. I can't.
If it's in the shit, like
Yo,
basically well up front but bra like like
yeah,
yeah.
which it was how I was like Payana A high school, you know. I used to be involved in a lot of controversial arguments with ESGB, with bonke nje abantu who are in authority kwesa skolo, trying my best to, you know, advocate for my rights, to make them allow me to wear the uniform that I wanted to wear, you know, because they didn't allow me to wear a tunic.
Also when you wanted to wear a tunic like in school,
Yeah,
you didn't
bruh.
feel comfortable with like very
ndinxiba
great.
ugrey bra ndihambe ndiyochama kwi-boys toilets. Hayibo, hi guys. No, that was literally the most a horrible experience. I don't wanna lie. There would be days where I'd cry because like ndandingenayo ne-representative in all of these meetings. Yayisoloko indim ndizimele ngenxa elangeni, trying to fight for acceptance, you know. And I feel like that is wrong. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. Fighting for Bantu Bagtan, to welcome you, all the stuff.
Especially, this is not something so personal. I saw Skolo Sako principal, although you are the principal. This Skolo Sako allow ke ngoku abantwana bakaRhulumente uba babe
As long as
ngohlobo
you're doing the way
bafuna exactly. And I was a very smart kid, guys. Like literally, yo, Brian, nandipasa. Nandipasa up until I was like, I was just fed up with in school, basically academics, not because ndaye kukuzithanda izifundo, no, but because nje ndandiqonda uba ndizorepresenta esi sikolo. Maybe what if I get awards and stuff and then they represent esi sikolo.
But you're representing well, you public figure this
yeah. And I was very, you know, active. I even went, I even practiced debating societies, going on for competitions, but I just decided to stop all of that because I felt like, and you know, as a representative of this scholar that doesn't want to accept me, that doesn't want to represent me. And even yayiqonda chomi ayikho la nto yoba ndingathi ndano-mischievous or low grades. It was very unfair, guys, and it's still sad till this day. But you know, I'll make something up for land or just like, to heal.
I'd like to add basically it's surrounding us in Tata. Most of like in our Tata, they don't like accept people who are gay or lesbian.
True.
I don't know about like mentality or the places but like if in most schools in Tata, banana who are gay, all babas gay and lesbians by experience are like a lot of like the shugmeze and all that stuff because like and that's about what's up with people in those schools because like basically Landole is like something like a curse or something. So now what would you say to Mdo like right now who thinks like Mdo gay or something like Ngatiaga Tochina Zamu Mita or Zamu like Zenzimbang or like Landon Boke like Lenduenda like Aimu. So what would you say to that person who like who thinks okay cool being gay is like a choice or like indoor like I want to be gay and I'm fine.
I feel like if ungulomtu onale mentality, I strongly encourage you uba ungabi nabo abantwana. If you're a guy, go and get a vasectomy. Literally. Hamba ucima eso spam ungalinge umithise because you are one horrible person who doesn't deserve to actually have babies because lento, guys, uzalwa nayo, as I said. I know, but there's this fashion that people think that abantu who are gay are actually trying to do it because they think it's like a trend. It's not, guys. When you're born feeling like you're in a woman's body, that's what it is. It's not going to change. It's not because you grew up maybe.
And if you're in the science, you know that thing, okay, like this thing like is normal. We don't do human because like those things because of genes and all that stuff. Like basically like godly isn't together that way.
Exactly what he said. So in the choyo, guys, is basically your mentality shouldn't be ilondlela because it won't change the fact that sisekhona siselapha asiyindawo, you know, because siselapha asihambi fruity and we are dominating.
So like Andy, you talk about Funda by Holy Cross. So Holy Cross, like, did you date or like did you like okay go on a crash or something? how was dating life back then in high school? Yeah, boys are way by I'm interested in this guy. Can't know me and that's about like he's like say even that because like abantu banye bawo they are in the closet. So it's hard to buy I accept okay like I'm this way even though we are okay like yeah. Actually, I'm interested in other guys. So when I go dating life, yeah, going in high school because I know it's hard dating in high school. So yeah, so like back in high school dating life.
So within my high school era, I firstly identified as an effeminate gay. Like I thought I was gay. Yeah, I thought I was gay. Yeah, and then like with research, I got to understand that umtu okay isn't necessarily umtu who wants to be a woman, basically, and that's what I had in mind. And then if uzithi uzbiza umtu okay, then ungumntu mhlawumbe who wants to be more girly or uyabo all that okanye uzibone ngathi uyintombazane, which is not, because the definition basically of umntu ogay is someone who's attracted to the same sex. It has nothing to do with whether yena igender yakhe uyabona mhlawumbe akayiva uyazithanda as indoda. Hence why we have gay young Xhosa men, Xhosa boys who go for initiation, they're gay and come out as gay still, nani. So the problem ke ngoku wena lihle was the fact that I didn't know uba ndingubani kakuhle,
I didn't know the stuff, but
yeah, so that was hard, and uzibhaqa ke ngoku sowungena kwezi apps
dating apps
because it was hard for me uba ndihambe esitratweni ndidibane nomfana ndilide sijole, yabo. It wasn't so simple like that. So I used to get on into dating apps.
Most gays do that. Like also, abantu abaninzi who are gays say they bangena app ethile just to find someone. Yeah.
I never whatsoever was dating gay. Got in high school, to be honest with you guys, I never dated. It was only just having those guys who are older than you.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah,
big one by shame. I wasn't, and then they use you. They just sleep with you, back she. They make promises to you, but as soon as you give them the tea, you give them the, they leave you. So it was always a hurtful situation for me because I did get my virginity broken like high school. And it was in that.
Was not a student, like don't go learn at high school.
Yeah, it was like abantu basevasithi kakade abadala nam iwusi boys. Exactly. So it was that thing. Then because ke bendikula era ke kwenzeka kanjalo, I was heartbroken, Shem, I don't even wanna lie. But ke esikolweni, in terms of my interaction with guys, Payana.
Yeah.
When you're gay, useskolweni, and there are guys out there, you have classmates who are guys. You really try. It wasn't more about me. It was more of making them feel comfortable around me. Because already Ambafana had that thing of that. Yeah, so I was always so friendly to guys. I was always friendly, and I was like, especially when I was in grade 8, grade 9, just to interact with Abafana. But it was not for me, but it was just for them to just get to accept me, which I did achieve because babe comfortable abafana around me at some points.
Easy.
Abanye ke bayohlala bezozo homophobic sluts, I don't mind. Ninhlala unjalo baba andinaxesha lapho. So that was what it used to happen. And then when I came into realizing about the fact that I'm actually trans, I am not really feeling like I'm a boy. Stuff.
Because what's the difference like before like the PD? What's the difference when you like who's gay, like who's gay, like when you see like okay that's a guy, or trans like who's gay, who is he and all that stuff. What's the difference between those two people? Because back gay boy too, but in the about is different. So if you have guys to explain a little, what's the difference between those two people?
So the similarity or one thing efanayo between Abo and Bobabini is the fact that they both identify as gay individuals.
Yeah.
Now the twist is in the way they dress. which doesn't make that much of a difference either way.
Yeah, because they do the same thing, don't they?
Umfana who is gay that dresses in a masculine manner, it's just his way of
Indlela ayithandayo,
le ndlela ayithandayo yoba azinxibise ngayo. And then umfana onxiba i-weave nentoni is just a cross dresser, you know.
Oh,
We are
okay,
cross dresser. Yena uyazazi ungumfana but uyiqomba urhalela namhlanje
like, yeah.
yabo, and stuff like that. Go out to shakers. Yeah, well, that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it's just
difference in our
it's
like,
just you wanting to wear what you feel like you want to wear, not still under the same identity. Yeah. Then can go as I was saying, we transition after realizing all that the reception kwabafana, funny enough, was kind of nice, you know. I think abafana are more I'm sorry to say this, guys, but I think abafana are more like afraid or embarrassed to be with umdo gay than to be with umdo trans.
Yeah. But ke like to add people like amajita, Satina, that guys bumokele mchita is interested in gays because I met a lot of guys overseas, bro, were like being smashed by kaba to like amajita basically like what's the difference between abundu on like a girl mostly amajita who were like angache mchita. But in the closet most of the time, but that's the difference. Like that's the difference between like like gay, like like mohale type of vibe. Feminine but yeah, like the difference between our band because when most of our band is that's what I didn't okay cool. La machita who are gay but but most of the time like they don't like okay, cool. Let's say by we okay, like we data freely on and stuff. Look at the under the carpet ways out. That's how I feel like okay, that's the difference between the two.
And you'd always find most of them good small towns like umtata because of the society there. It's judgmental. Who judgmental was down. Abantu have closed minds. Like by thingy, big metros, you know, because of lendlela nabo abazivalela ngayo information abafuni access.
And we couple and as a varsity la noma nakayiswa ngapha Eastern Cape might pick up a UJ like hey thinta kwestyle ngibanga but definitely ugodukile ya change indlela ngibanga.
That's what happens, and it's the truth, guys. I just feel like in umtu, especially xa ihlala kweza towns akana choice naye uye azibhaqe seyiqonda uba andizukwazi kaloku ujajwa liqhuba lamadoda ndibe ndixelele uba ndinxiba kanje nakanje yabo. So just for them to save themselves from that, they just wear according to how the norm is. Yabo.
So I'm like I want us to now say about the thing of trans, you know. So what's the process of being a transgender? Like I see with me like reality TV shows, there's me documentaries. People like who are trans most of the time, boobs, all those stuff. So when you said you're trans, you know, so have you gone through that procedure? Okay, cool, but like you getting all those things, okay, like you're fully related, totally. You know, can you explain for us about what is trans?
Yeah, Traniam. Firstly, I would like to fix you kwenye Indo about the fully. You know, I feel like yenye Indo that is problematic within society. The fact that people think that just because we are transitioning, we are trying to be normal girls. We're trying to be like lantombazana No, baby girl, we are not trying to be like that. You know, I feel like it's important that we outline that how you transgender woman, it's your unique journey as a woman. But you're not trying to be like a cisgender woman. You're not trying to be like intomazaneza lo neve JJ. You're not trying to do that. You're just trying to be a woman in your own way. I feel like that's important by the outlined. For instance, bakhona abantu who transition, right? Abantomazana who transition, bengathathanga hormones, bengayanga kwagqirha, bengayanga under the knife, bafaka amabele and stuff. It's just within lanto kubo yoba qhamna, I'm transitioning as a woman. I don't really need medication, yada yada yada. So what I'm trying to say is that it transitions, indlela esiyitransitioner ngayo thina, it varies. But for me personally, I am currently on hormones Yeah, so I take hormones, but I'm gonna switch to injections very soon. So I'm on hormones, which basically feminize my body more.
Oh.
Like they just give the shape, and they also grow the breasts. They make the feminine face. They just do all of that thing. They reduce facial hair growing. Stuff like that.
So basically, it's probably more feminine, like yeah.
You just become more feminine. Yeah, that's basically what its job it's gonna do. And in terms of going under the knife and I'm not saying I will. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just living my life.
I'll probably call like on that like kind of thinking, okay, like you want to take that road, go there, yeah, go under the knife.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I'm like, and you know, if me question me anything, and that I wanted, because I want to ask every question.
I mean,
because like basically, I feel like we share and like now, like okay, like be educated about this stuff, okay, like and see the things about and all that stuff. But yeah, let's move on to the way and talk about the podcast and the social media and like the team now, the whole entertainment space currently, that's happening up there is both like general in the world. So how do you feel about the way things are and like generally, okay, since the podcast, all that stuff? Where do you think like this thing is going, or your social media, how it's helping people on TikTok stuff? So how do you feel about I'm not like music pursue dream through TikTok, social media? How do you feel about that space? Okay, like how it is advantages are and disadvantages the ones are.
No, I feel like it's a great opportunity for umdana and the ezondo trying to be a content creator online. I mean that's good, but I also feel like it's quite challenging because when we don't all have access to resources to become
like meeting was shoot on your phone, bruh.
We don't really have the necessary equipment, but yeah, you should try to get it anyways because it's your dream, right? So chase it. But that's just only my sentiment. The fact that it's not really easily accessible.
Like people who want to be in the entertainment industry, in the social space, abandon the galo. When I want to shoot a podcast, they will be like, and a camera, and like Nalawe basically is about what you have, don't do now, what you your phone and all that stuff, because this thing is like you're not feature on it to it's not like that much effort like you with television and stuff. No way now you can use it like Google 7's camera. And actually there was this time like I went to a workshop in Newtown. So Fiapala workshop, I tell this story to most of my guests. So in Fiapala Newtown for a workshop, so can fika pie went to this things always a call and then they check the content in those channels later. Most of these niggas that something don't have 4 ways. So many don't have new ways great. But like shit, I level in half your brain and the cameras is so many phone. But when you check the content, I'm okay, cool. Shit is onto something because the content is very cool, all the stuff. So they took my podcast amongst those guys about new ways to it. So that we okay, like a only chance, but okay, like we have a phone. To young people there wanna be on this space, okay, from YouTube or stuff. Doesn't need okay like anyway and so we don't even have microphones, bro. But yeah, we got the sponsor, got Spotify, by empty studio. So right now, like this year, we're starting working with because like the other way, but people don't believe in their dreams. Okay, cool. You might think of something now. There's something you're thinking of, but way negative, cool. It keeps playing on your mind. But hey, what if? So like this is way, but if you just have this thing that you're doing, where's is like a cool social media, bro.
It's very
that's the easiest thing to do, bro. Social media.
I just feel like also Nangalupo. Guys, it's dream chasing. It comes with sometimes you get discouraged though. Let's be honest. Your opportunity that you got when I like, wow, that's great, but it doesn't happen to a lot of people. That's the honest truth for me personally. Like with my own part in becoming an online content creator, I do have a lot of difficulties. For instance, I don't have a phone at this moment to actually record any content, which is something that is delaying my process of actually reaching my dream of just being that YouTuber, that Instagrammer, stuff like that. Because yeah, ngizoyithatha phi ngoku at the moment, and that's what I think abanye abantu bayayifacea a lot.
No, yeah.
And also nangaphandle kweziko loo nto, people are dealing with a lot of personal intrinsic issues like self-confidence and stuff. So people are still trying to push through that, because the social media, in as much as it's so glamorous and good, it does have its negatives. Sometimes you're afraid to even expose yourself on social media because you know how abantu can be so bitchy. You know abantu bakanye bangayisupport content yakho even. So it's kind of hard, but hey, baby steps, I guess.
So how do you feel about the podcasting game, like currently? Because there are a lot of podcasters that go about it. Like, how do you feel about the space in podcasting and all?
I feel like, if I'm being honest, I honestly feel like ukhona abangekho authentic within this thing, because into bona abayenzayo is that they can have all the money to buy everything that they need, have the perfect lighting, but uvele content by server, but it's just below average. It's just, exactly,
Then the sponsors.
Which means that we have to filter yourselves out. If you're really doing something because you wanna eat trend, stop it. Okay, just stop it.
If like you don't even have the desire,
just like how we have people who are on YouTube but they're because babone umihlalinda mase bopa bathemba basofana naye. No, honey, it's not that. You don't have that passion that she had.
I had
go back to the drawing board.
We push again
sorry guys.
So like talking about Miss Alinda Mars, I once heard but I was talking about lifestyle by portrayal on social media, like Mizegelo, go to Dubai like randomly on a weekend. And Abanwana would think, okay, cool, like that's the money she's getting on YouTube and all that stuff. Okay, like Malika internet, like and most of the time the lifestyle, like I'm not fake, I'm like okay, cool, and
it's just opinions.
Yeah, opinions. Like most of the time, like might be okay, like if I get sponsor from umtata baba vaya away. So onjalo who because like this profit trend misal, not like a base this part on the social media. Like who's been sponsored by a machi that to maintain a lifestyle while pushing the nindo. Basically she's like a hook about because like umfagile for what she's doing about to push that lifestyle. While kumnana back home, who's looking at her, okay, cool, now the Kali YouTube channel, while the Kali YouTube channel, I pop like I mean in the Mali, but okay, cool, and Amba is now. I feel like okay, cool, like it's not enough. So how do you feel about Abanda Banja? We're not honest about herself, okay, cool, friends and doing. Like I'm just asking you, okay, is the teenage users up on that like topic about Bandaba on this media stuff, but actually pushing it new way, who are not like
I feel like honestly now, hustle okanye your way to the top ayizofana neyomnye umuntu. Whether or not mhlambi uMihlali got whatever she got to get to where she is, ekugqibeleni uphayana noba uye wakhwela
uyazisebenzela,
and most of the time Mihlali goes out overseas because of business partnerships. She works with fragrance companies, she works with beauty companies, and that's mostly now content that's mostly what makes her go to Egypt, go to Nigeria, go to Dubai. It's because Naya, she created she's been doing this
attracting brands actually,
and she's been doing this for 7 years, guys. So into endizamuyithetha ukuthi akazange wafika kule point akuyo ngokweba she's living luxuriously, like ingathi yenzeke instantly. She's been doing this for 7 years. Imagine doing content creating, being on the camera for 7 years consistently. So it needs you to push. It needs you to be consistent. Ngalo camera yakho ye-mobile, do it. Ufumane great quality, That's what basically you're doing content.
Character like push way up, push on. So in like how you forget this year, Joes? Can you figure last year?
Yeah, I forget last year, but last year November,
last year November. So how Joes is treating you, and it was like the lifestyle you love, but to someone who doesn't know Joburg, okay, cool, what's happening, Joes, like
Yeah.
if like more especially if you know the we LGBTQI these are great ones.
Yes, for LGBT guy.
Yeah, so what's the lifestyle in like lab, how's been Josie treating you since the lab?
Yeah, there's honestly been the good and the bad, Firstly, ngobe ndifika apha, it was really bad, guys. Ndifike apha, ndisiza as a businesswoman, ndisiza as a hairstylist, basically, because that's what I do. I'm a hairstylist and I'm a self-taught tailor. I sell scrunchies. That's what I
Damn.
used to do. And in fact, that's what I'm still doing right now. But I'm moving forward to tell you what happened. So when I got here, I lived in a place I don't want to mention. I lived in a place where I felt like it wasn't good enough. In fact, for me, even for customers to come, because it was just a very dangerous place. But again, and within that space, I got kidnapped, guys. And then
Like
when
for
I
real, I bought away on social media, guy from Mali.
Chini,
Serious with you, you stand by
yeah, guys, please. It was not a stunt, bruh. Definitely
stand, bro. Like, sudan.
Yo!
300K, funa ndondo, killing. None by two, if I'm not
By
mistaken.
two.
Yeah, we're we, bro. Like,
Yo,
Joburg.
Joburg is not nice. It's not for the faint-hearted, guys.
So, but when thing November, then.
Yes, since again on November.
Damn.
So this is what happened. I think on the 7th or 8th, Dandy on the 9th. I don't know, but where's that date? Is the earliest November? I got on the app, that grinder, which I was using in the Eastern Cape. Hookups and stuff.
Yeah,
I was using it, and it was relatively safe in the Eastern Cape. Only to find out that it's kind of dangerous. It's actually something that's been trending in the news.
Yeah,
basically, that it's used by people who are dangerous. Like it's used by people who kidnap abantu, and stuff like that. They hack on other people's accounts and pretend to be them and stuff. And
catfish is over.
Yeah, guys. I thought I was talking to this doctor. Kanti ugqirha liphara elimdaka lase-Denver. No! Guys, like, and isana wayesoloko efuna uba sidibane ebusuku, like noba sasikhe sadibana before, like wayefuna xa sithetha ndithi athi mhlawumbi masidibane ngo-8, ndithi andizikwazi sidibana nawo kube ingomso. Then ke ngoku ngengomso emini ndimtekste angafuni uba sidibane emini, usoloko efuna ubusuku up until I finally agreed uba ndidibane naye phi ebusuku. So they ordered an Uber for me and I went to okay,
bro. This is like I've coin filtered, just talking.
Anyways, then I finally accepted the offer yakhe yoba ndize kuye, and mind you, ndiyafika eGoli, ndifike like 6-7 days back.
Damn. So ufaka kwinto ezinje yakidnapper.
Hey, emva koko sana ndiqonda uba okay fine, you know what, mandiye kulo mfana andiorderishele Uber. iUber ibhale uba kuye wa eDenver. Ndiqonda ke mna ke
kubeliphi icansi ngathi ndiyazi
hostel yoyikekayo
yahamba nawo in the bride hostel nawo
ndiyoyika bendiyazi uba yihostel.
Ufika ubona mase ufika naba yile ndawo theni ya creepy kanje.
And isana ndingulaa mntu ke mna koneza nto onalaa nto yoba don't spoil the experience. Hamba qhubekeka, even though igathi yakho ixelela uba ayikho ke le nto uhamba kuyo. And
so hamba wedwa ngokuya umntu.
And ndandiphethe ifowuni yam. So ke guys, ndazibona sendipha kuloo mess, ndazibona sesendehlile, ndazibona sekubhatalwe u-Uber uba ndisekunyeni na basically. Sorry, but I'm in deep shit basically. Sendehlikile emotweni, sendiqonda uba okay, like andisakwazi nobaleka because andazi nendawo.
So like you are arriving at this hostel yabo, like uguy uyaka-approach okay, like azokuhlangabeza wayenzeka ntoni ngofikayo pha.
Imind yami eziba ndisitsho kule nto yoba ndiyayazi uba ikho nto ezokwenzeka apha erong.
Ndiyifile leyo
and u-Uber driver seyiqhubile wahamba nayo imoto yakhe.
Shit.
And ke ngoku mna andizazi uba ndizobaleka because uba ndingathi ndizobalekela kule ndawo eDenver. Denver is dangerous. All parts of Denver, even nangapha kwayo ku-dangerous. So ndizobalekela kweyiphi indawo that is safer, So I was like, let me just go. And I went with the guy. Yo, I just knew right there and then by condos of it. I was just bracing myself basically.
Mm.
I was like, okay, whatever happens,
Sokwenzeka.
kwenzekile.
So umjide yanithatha ndifake endlini uba yiyo nafutheka awuvayo okanye
Like
what's the
apha endleleni ufuna sihambe normally. That time we are passing narrow passages of dirty water kuhamba namagundwane sidlula imikhukhu ndiyoyika ndiqonda uba okay fine andina-choice andikwazi uba andizukwazi uba ndisuke ndibaleke because as I said andizazi uba ndizobalekela but I do know that something dangerous is going to happen and apha endleleni unendawo emane engathi uyandiphusha but uzama uba nice because usiphakathi kwabantu
ufuna nde ndiyofika endlini
ufuna de siyofika endlini
yes
and nje ndatsho guys kwinantseo kwi-channel yam on YouTube uba because I was explaining this story on YouTube. That's about like uyayazi
I
la
can
movie.
tell them about check it like channel name but check it out.
Okay guys, you can check my YouTube channel. It's Lauren. Okay guys, it's Trans Princess, right? Trans Princess. But for you to get like my exact accounts, just say Lauren Unfiltered Trans Princess because I feel like bands abantu who are written Trans Princess, and I'm not really like that big. So just say Lauren Unfiltered Trans Princess. Then you'll definitely see my channel. So then, as I was saying, like part of my YouTube channel, I was describing this thing as like la movie scene whereby you're in the woods, wedwa kumnyama, and you see izinto creeping in. That was when I was walking closer to Landa babesikidnaphele kuyo. Apha emva ndiva abantu abazayo and it's like as I'm saying kanti abo bantu ngaba bantu you know who are the kidnappers because basebenza as a team. So kulandela abafana. So even if nami bendifuna ukubaleka ndijike benzawubanjwa guys. Then ndafika ke ndahlala phansi and yeah they did what they had to do. They took my phone, they strangled me. They didn't beat me up.
They didn't rape you.
They didn't rape me.
Right.
And it was so funny because like baye bathi along I think on my second day bendikidnaphile. Baye bathi omnye wabo uyazisola because wow ndiyathandeka, wow ndinhle, yara like you know it was basically them showing themselves but busy chances anyways because if you really were gonna kidnapping ngongibulele basically ngengawungixelela
so la mali befuna pha yenze njani did your family pay or like
soze babhatala loo nto abantu basekhaya and nami ndingabanqanda ndingathi hayi mandibulawe because what the fuck
damn
bafuna i-50k in fact baqale bathi 100k then behla bathi 50k that's when I saw ba zii-chances
chances bapost okokoko on social ngicima like this is a hacked account khona umuntu nje i-account udlala ngayo account yakho
yeah which was crazy bafuna i-details zam so they had to access my account and I don't want to lie guys that has actually been so detrimental to my business profile basically even to me as well. I'm not receiving any clients for hair and stuff now because people don't trust me because my account was hacked and stuff. It's a stunt and all that now mnanisebenzisana ne-kidnappers
ngathi like ucela imali ebantwini thintini ngathi ebona
ndingathi ngoku xa kuzoza umntana oyintombazana ofuna uzokwenza intloko kum ndizamxhwila.
Damn. So you messed up your reputation yakho
basically. And I'm still on the recovery process kesana ndisathule nje.
Like we're talking about this thing with platform about to get to see okay cool like le was a step. Now like after I qitile like man I was something like going like that much. I didn't know it was the actual thing but he kidnap and stuff.
Yeah, no.
So Chomina like was kanjani wabanjwa like the same day now okanye wafika say power already.
I think Mohale was there 3 or 4 days before me. Okanye 2 days. I don't know actually, you know. I haven't spoken to Mohale Kolo. I haven't spoken to him ever since the kidnap, ever since we last saw each other, you know. But I see him on socials. He's actually trying to live his life as usual. As
traumatized.
So like trauma, you know, but right, because as I'm saying, he's just trying to live his life basically, because and just recover from the trauma. Like it means it forms as like of therapy. It's traveling. It's just going to the sea and stuff. So he is doing that, and I'm so happy for him. Shem, I feel like kuyazinceda.
So when away the trauma and all that stuff, how did that affect you? Okay, like boy born in there, Joburg, but except something in Chad and East London. So how did that affect you about like experience that it was by Allen now? Since when again, did it traumatize you? Did you go for counseling? All that stuff.
Yeah, well, nah, I'm a very strong woman, guys. Firstly, yeah, and strong ocean because
Strong or proud.
I've been through a lot of shit, which I won't mention as yet. But I always would always bounce back. So, eyona nto yoyika kakade in coming at Joburg was the fear of being kidnapped by a guy or something, or just something bad happening to me. Namagweja ndiyakuba nantsika. So ndandiqonda uba exactly. So ndandiqonda uba ndiyoyika. But akuyakwenzeka le nto endandiyoyika kangaka, which is the kidnapped. Ndizobuyela ntoni eMonti, ndizobuyela ntoni eMthatha, you know, seyenzekile.
So experience the worst fears, like you already will experience the worst fear in Joburg.
And send it up, you know. So which means that I was given a second chance to redo whatever ebendizele uzoyenza apha. That's how I saw it. It was so scary. My mom was calling me, ba mntanam buya. Like yeka yonke le nto uyenzayo, buya, like literally. And ndandizixelele mna uba andirhalela ubuya. And andikafuni ubuya nangoku up until I just achieve all of my dreams, basically.
Yeah, bro, like be here, conquer the ways up, reach your time, own pace and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because we all came for the same things. Okay, we're pushing our hustle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like to the people, Andy is going to be my new co-host. But from now on, if you see most of her in my shows and stuff, we'll see on the comment section, people. Okay, thumbs up. But yeah, bro, the conversation was flowing, bro. It was nothing much, but Angie. Even though we so eager, because you're the most bubbly person, that's not in the shot, but yeah. And like I'm not like you when I'm bubbly, talkative, and stuff. So I'm like, why is it eager? Nah, shit. I'm love the conversation basically. But yeah, bro, it was nice meeting with you, telling your story. Even though like still more about this thing, but yeah, we have our shows like during the year and all that stuff. Continue talking about this new area, bro. So yeah, man, it was nice having you to Wisdom High podcast and all that stuff. We try keeping it short, guys. This has been the
Yeah.
I thank you, Lorraine, for the figure up and ordering my request about figure.